Muy buenas, soy Sigiloco Games, pues aquí en el The Witcher 3. Y vamos a continuar nuestra historia. Estamos justamente en este pueblo con Jennifer. No hemos hecho absolutamente nada, así que vamos a continuar simplemente de aquí irse al jardín de Freya, que justamente es la misión donde estábamos antes. Aquí en donde estaba este hombre lobo. Y bueno, vamos para allá, que reunimos con Jennifer.
You didn't mention your heroic battle with this Morkvard character.
You know me. Don't like to take my work home.
I'm afraid you don't like home. The very concept of it. I asked you once to move to Vengerberg for me. Remember? Was that ever a row?
Yeah. Those were the days.
Vamos a ver. Obviamente por aquí no vamos a poder entrar, vamos por acá.
So, where shall we start?
Let's go to that tree the sisters mentioned.
Plan to bleed yourself for the goddess?
Not necessarily, but Craven did. We just might pick up his scent.
Y bueno, aquí estamos.
Craven was here. Look, the impression. Kneeled down on one knee and cut himself to make the offering. Bloodstains, see them?
No. I may be inhumanly beautiful, but I don't have superhuman senses. Not like you.
Which is why you should stay up here. You can't help me track him, so I don't see any reason for you to go down there.
You're right. Besides, trudging through mud in these hills would be murder.
Thought you might object.
Me? Please. I can be extraordinarily conciliatory.
Yen, look me in the eye. What are you plotting?
Many things. How to seize the Temerian crown, how to sell Kaer Morhen out from under you. Go already.
Bueno, tenemos que ir hasta abajo, obviamente. Y para ello tenemos que venir por aquí.
Roots, so I'm right under Yen.
Y aquí está el
Hey,
muchacho.
can you hear me?
Geralt! You scared me.
Sorry, didn't mean to.
I hope not. Let me know once you find Craven.
Aquí está.
Damn, dead. Has been for a while. Yen, found him.
And?
And I've seen rot things in better condition than this.
Shit. Fine, scrape together what you can and haul the bits up here.
Yen, there's no point.
There's no point in discussing this through a grate. We'll talk when you get here, all right?
That's Yen, charming as ever. Come on, someone wants to meet you.
Putrefaction set in. But the vocal cords are intact. We might still get something out of him.
Doesn't look like the talkative type.
Anyone can be made to talk. Even a corpse. One must simply know how.
Thought necromancy was strictly forbidden.
So is premarital sex. But I'm not about to be bothered by such foolishness.
Black magic's no joke. Casting those spells never ends well. Never.
I don't like it any more than you do, believe me. But the thought that Ciri is in danger? I like that even less.
I understand. Still doesn't give us the right to...
Geralt, please. This is not the time to debate ethics.
Need any ingredients for the spell?
The blood of a newborn, a virgin's tongue, and the eye of a newt.
Mind trying again without the sarcasm?
I don't need a thing. I'm a sorceress, not a village herbalist. All I need is energy. A great deal of energy. We're very lucky this place is saturated with magic.
It's also considered sacred. Priestesses will be furious if you use the garden's power to revive a corpse.
Geralt, you're getting on my nerves. I offer you solutions, you try to poke holes in them.
I'm not poking holes, just thinking about the consequences. How about you? Given them any thought?
No. Geralt, I'll say it again. We're short on time. Ciri is short on time. Fine. You busy yourself pouting. I'll handle the rest.
Selene, Selene, Dufresne! Selene, Selene, Davidar!
Are you Craven of Lofoten?
No, I have a name. I am a Skull.
We're looking for Ciri. Ashen hair, green eyes. Have you seen her?
She's wise. They cursed me.
I don't care about that. What happened to her? What was she doing here? Speak!
No.
Speak! Speak!
She fell almost drowned.
Don't stare. Help me. Help us both. Ciri. Zirel. Can you hear me?
I can.
I must leave you now. We will meet beneath drowned dead rock. Can you remember? Repeat it.
Drowned. Dead rock.
You're awake, and I thought you'd...
Where am I? And who are you?
It's all right. You're on Hindersfjall, village of Lofoten. They call me Skjal.
But how'd I... What?
We fished you out of the sea. Me and that friend of yours.
And where is he? My friend.
Stepped out a while ago. Said he needed to find a boat. Why does he wear that mask? Something not right with his mug?
No. He simply doesn't like others to see it. How long did I lie there?
All day nearabouts. 'Twas morn when we brought you in. Night's near come now.
Damn. Too long.
You needed the rest, desperately. Been through a lot, eh? Got some nasty, fresh-looking scars.
What's this? Did you undress me?
I'd no choice. Soaked through you were, and I had to see if you had any wounds that needed tending.
And if my breasts needed smearing with fox tallow?
Nay, that was Mum and Sis. I'd never dare. I swear. On my honor.
Easy. I believe you. Help me stand.
I don't think you should.
Less talk, more giving me a hand. Ah, that's me brother for you. Out of sight for a second, and he's already put his paws on a girl.
Astrid, you're as dim as dishwater. You know perfectly well I'm helping her up.
It's a shame, I know, but I've got to interrupt your courtship. Come, we're off to the sauna. Where? Why's your mouth agape like you're noodling for an eel? The sauna. Girl, you was blue as a whale when we brought you in here. Your blood needs thawing. Really, there's no need. I feel fine now. Hey! Fine? You can't stand on your own 2 feet. And it's no surprise with your muscles frozen stiff. But don't you worry. Mum and I will take care of you. I'm sorry, but I must get to Drowned Dead Rock as fast as possible.
Shan't force you to stay. But the rock's a ways off and you can barely walk. You best take a horse.
True. Skjal can prepare a horse for you. You'll have to wait a spell, but even so, you'll get there faster than on foot. Fine, that'll do. Thank you both very much. Pish posh, there's no need. Now come, we gotta sweat the sick out of you. Where are my clothes? I've taken them already. Come on. That man in the mask, he's from afar, isn't he? Oh, yes. From very far away. Where exactly? Aren't you nosy? Surprised? Been sitting in this fish puddle me whole life. I'd love to travel like you. Like me? No, you wouldn't like that. Trust me.
Good. Means your muscles are working. And mind the string don't catch on your nose. Ah! I know!
Siri. Bueno, aquí tenemos a Siri, otra vez. Vamos a entrar por aquí.
All right. In you go and get out of those rags. All of them? I should think so.
Ok. Vamos a cambiarnos aquí. Muy bien.
Let's go. I'm getting goose pimples.
Aquí tenemos a Siri.
Finally. I was so worried she'd...
Ah, Mum, you always worry. Everything's fine, ain't it? Yes, it's fine.
Good. That's good. What's on your thigh, child? That a bruise?
This? No, it's a tattoo. So it is? A red rose? It mean anything? No, it means that I was young and drunk. And it happened. At least it's not terribly visible. I like it. Wouldn't mind one myself. Here, right above me rear.
Ack, you need a man, girl. Get more foolish every spring. Here we are gabbing away. Steam's gone. Gotta douse the coals.
Say, back home, have you got saunas too? I'd rather not talk about myself. Why's that? Someone might come looking for me. I wouldn't want to cause you any trouble. It's too late for Skjal. What? He's head over heels for you, girl. Sat at your bedside all the day, staring like he was painted by a master.
Astrid, I asked you not to tell her.
Oops. Well, now the milk's spilt. Do you fancy Skjal? To be honest, I prefer women.
Aye, now I see. The skald sings true. Love bears many guises.
Listen, it's lovely sitting here with you, but I really must go now.
I understand. Who'd want to stay in this hole? We're all related 3 times over and the air stinks of fish.
I can't see how you're related to anyone here. No one in Lofoten groans and bitches quite like you do. Sit down and be quiet. Child, Skjald's certain to have readied the horses by now. But before you go, you ought to take a quick jump in the water. It'll do you good.
Bueno.
I suppose. Why not?
Head through the door and you'll see the pier. Be careful, it's slippery.
Thank you once more.
And once more, there's no need. Gods bless your journey.
Uf. Vamos a poner un chapuzón para que nos sube la vida.
Cold.
Sí, que nos sube la vida como el chapuzón. Esta muchacha que no sé qué está haciendo ahí botando agua. Y ahora tenemos que tomar tecito. Por acá. No podemos hablar con ellos. No. Aquí. Y vida recuperada, muchachos. Aquí no vamos a conseguir nada más, así que... Hola muchachas. ¿Cómo estamos? Astrid.
Regards to your father.
Bueno,
Wish you luck.
ahora sí, vamos a cambiarnos. Vamos aquí. Pues ya está.
Regards to your father.
Vámonos aquí rápidamente. Aquí no puedo hacer los... el paso rápido.
Oh, you're here. The horses are ready.
As am I. Shall we ride?
Listen, I hope... My sister, she didn't talk any nonsense to you, did she?
No. Except to mention that you fancy me.
What? But I asked her... Besides, it's not... Of course, you are very... But... You know what? Let's ride. You're in a hurry and it'll be dark soon.
I'm not in that much of a hurry. Your first kiss, wasn't it?
Of course it weren't. Aye. Me first.
We don't have much time. But it's enough for you to learn a few things.
Run for your lives!
You stay here! I'll go and...
I can look after myself.
Cuidado. Empezamos con la fiesta. Bueno, no sé por qué hace esa... Vamos acá. ¿Dónde vas? Dale. Concha. A ver, concha. No me sale bien. Ah, demonios. Voy a morir.
Right, silly! Don't look back!
Vámonos.
What was that?
The Wild Hunt.
Ragnarok? The world's end?
No, not yet. But I must go. They're here for me.
Get on the horse. I'll show you the way to the rock.
You should stay. See to Astrid, your mum.
Afterwards. Once I'm sure you'll make it. Let's go! Watch out! Right, silly! Don't look back! Faster! Faster! They're catching up!
Oh, qué demonios. Oh.
What?
¿Qué demonios? ¿Y ese cangrejo ahí?
What became of that creature? Where is he?
Stop!
What?
Saw him at Stonas, but he sold him.
To whom?
Don't know.
Begone.
Tell them. Clear my name.
Begone, I say.
could have shown some sympathy for the boy.
That was no boy, Geralt. It was a hunk of rotting, rancid flesh that spoke through my magic.
Didn't just speak. It howled in pain.
I know it seemed real, but it was no longer human. Do you understand? Nice of you to be so concerned for the corpse. Much more than you were for me.
Yen, are you all right?
I'm splendid. I'd feel even better if I hadn't had to remind you to ask that question.
What happened to the garden?
It died. Like I said, the spell, it requires a great deal of energy.
You knew it would end like this, didn't you? Didn't consider it worth mentioning?
No, I knew you'd protest. Your sense of decency is charming, but it does get in the way sometimes.
Yen, let's get out of here. Now.
You needn't ask me twice.
The garden! Our garden! How could you? We helped! And you! Inconceivable!
Now.
Don't you dare try to calm me! We've every right to be furious! Furious! And you will pay for this.
We had no choice. We'd never have learned what happened to her.
Do you really think you're justified? That your hunt for a foreign woman gives you the right to destroy our garden?
I'm sure it doesn't in your eyes.
I shall make sure all Skellige hears what you did here.
Wait. I did this. I alone. Geralt tried to stop me. I refused to listen.
I might have known. They warned me about you. Sorceresses. None shall open their door to you. None shall feed your hunger, and none shall tend to your wounds.
Yen, you didn't have to do that.
But I wanted to. I'd rather not talk about it. We must focus on what Skal told us.
Key to finding Ciri is that ugly thing Skjall saw on the beach. That's what I think. You know, I saw something, or someone who looked just like that.
Where?
In Velen, at a castle until recently ruled by a self-proclaimed baron, now controlled by his right-hand man, Sergeant Ardle.
You must go and get the creature. I don't know, buy him, kidnap him.
The thing's clearly cursed. Its mind is a jumble. Can't have anything resembling a normal conversation with it.
Grumbling won't get us anywhere. All will be well. A curse, please. Nothing a sorceress and a witcher couldn't handle. Now, tell me, do you... No, never mind.
Hmm?
You were gonna ask me something. What was it?
Tell me, do you think... Is there a chance that thing might be Ciri? That... well... she's been transformed by some curse?
Don't even want to think about it.
Geralt, we must.
Might be. From what I know, she was looking to cure a powerful curse while in Novigrad. But I'll lose it if I try to deal with that possibility now. We have to do what we can, see what happens. Didn't learn much, though we can be sure Ciri's not in Skellige anymore. Not in Velen or Novigrad either. She's disappeared. Again.
Perhaps we should re-examine what we've learned. We might have missed a clue that would push us forward.
Certainly hope that's the case. Makes me wonder what she's gotten herself into.
Can't even begin to imagine. But we will pull her out of it. Safe and sound. That I promise you.
Okay.
Ciri's trail in Skellige. We followed it, exhausted the possibilities. Might be time to go back to the continent.
Before you do, there's one thing. It's important.
What's that?
Let's meet in Larvik, at the Warriors' Hall. We'll speak there.
Oui.
Fine. Larvik. See you there soon.
Thank you. For that, and for your help in the garden. I'd not have managed without you.
It was nothing.
Geralt, you know me. I'm rare to praise, but when I do, it is sincere.
Pues ya está. Uma. Tenemos el personaje de Uma. Y el elfo misterioso. Vamos acá a Larvik. Vamos a Lofoten. Sí, vamos a Larvik. Jennifer de Benkeper. Skill. Patito feo. Ahí tenemos el último edición. Algo más.
From the village, Baron whore.
You best take
Got
that
our
back.
gratitude,
Defend
Geralt.
sacred ground. The gods will never forgive you for this.
Pasajero misterioso.
Welcome here, witch.
¿Tenemos otra misión? Creo que la vi. Apuestas altas. No. ¿Dónde está el misterioso pasajero? Pues no.
Stick together. It'll all work out.
Always did know how to win, friends.
I was provoked.
Saw it happen. Wanted to talk to me about something?
Amos Far Ipsis. A specialist on djinns. Heard of him? I found a tome he'd penned in the Emperor's library. Far Ipsis set off for Skellige one day and was never heard from again. I asked some of the local folk. Some here still remember him.
Why are you even interested? Djinns are dangerous sometimes, and malicious all the time.
I remember. But the advantages outweigh the risks. If I can tame a djinn, I shall gain incredible power. And that could be useful to us one of these days.
You sure this mage actually had a djinn?
His books strongly suggest he did. He describes taming one, harnessing energy from its power.
Nowhere to look for the mage and the djinn?
The locals say they last saw Amos's ship off the coast of Hindusfjall, just before a once-in-an-eon storm broke.
Doubt we'll find them then. Mage is probably fish food, and the djinn escaped.
Not necessarily. But even if it is so, I'll not give up without seeing some evidence. Will you help me? I've no gold to offer in reward, but I shall be ever so grateful.
Since you put it that way, fine. I'll help you.
Thank you. A boat awaits in the harbor. Come.
Muy bien.
Lost his eye in a tavern brawl, not on no raid. For fear.
Tenemos ahí
You
un
managed
Jin.
to prepare everything already.
I have.
How could you possibly know I'd agree?
I didn't. Decided to risk it.
Tenemos una misión con Jin.
Lead the way.
Just once, you might try to take the initiative.
Would you even let me?
It would depend on the situation. The ship carrying the djinn sank somewhere in this area.
Not too precise as leads go.
I'll cast a spell on our boat. We'll know if there are any wrecks on the seafloor below us.
All right, let's get to work.
Mind if I take the helm?
I got a choice.
No.
Muy bien, vámonos.
Not sure this djinn thing's a good idea.
We managed to seize one before. Do you remember?
Of course. Dandelion almost lost his voice that time.
How lucky your exorcism saved it. It was poetic.
Yeah, how was I supposed to know that incantation meant begone and plow yourself?
You should have studied foreign languages.
Gonna keep bringing that up for the rest of my life.
Of course. Your last wish effectively assured it.
My wish was about us being together always, not about you mocking my every mistake.
Careful what you wish for. And when your wish is granted, you must accept it with all attendant circumstances.
Yeah.
And as for your missteps, I don't rightly see why I shouldn't laugh if they're amusing. There's something here, on the bottom. It's too deep here. You can't dive that long.
You underestimate me.
On the contrary. After all, I asked you for help. I'll cast a spell. It will slow your heart for a time. You can stay submerged longer.
Assad I Criede Rithon.
Ready. Careful down there.
A ver. Vamos a preparar esto de aquí. Bueno, aquí, como ven, nos hemos ahogado aquí.
How's it going?
Yeah, and you know I hate it when you read my mind.
Strictly speaking, I'm not reading your mind, but using telepathy. Besides, you've nothing to hide, right?
Wouldn't admit it if I did. Not the point.
See anything interesting?
A shipwreck and a cavern. I'll look inside.
Demonios. Vale. Ya está.
Snapped masts, busted planks, and a whole swarm of drowners. Probably drawn by the corpses of drowned crew, then made their nest here. There's also a Clan Drummond figurehead.
Not the right ship. Come back up.
Una piedra única aquí. Ya que estamos aquí, vamos a saquear todo esto. Gracias. Ya. Vámonos.
Where to now?
Wherever the leads take us.
Say we find the Jinn. What'll you do? Ask for a beautiful house, and a palace, and a queen's crown?
Are we still talking about the Jinn, or have we moved on to a talking fish?
Doesn't much matter. Both make wishes come true. What would yours be?
You'll learn in due course. Something's here. Another wreck.
Let's see if our Jinn's down there. Found a wreck. It's been here a while. Wood's rotted.
Look around, but be careful. Look for something that might indicate it's the Mage's ship.
Got something. A Skelliger's buckler. Clan Haemai symbols.
Donar's clan.
Donar was a babe in swaddling clothes when this buckler landed here. Got a chest. Really old. Must have fell off the wrecked longship.
Can you open it?
Hoping for pirate treasure?
I hope to find the Jinn. Try to open it.
Beautiful craftsmanship.
What do you have?
A war horn, bearing Clan Haimai symbols. Longship belonged to Clan Dimon. Yen. Doubt any of these boats were the mages. These are old sunken longships.
Come back then. We must search elsewhere.
Ya ves que hay algo por aquí. Parece que hay algo.
A man's skeleton. Somebody pinned his skull to the deck with an axe.
A death worthy of a Skellige.
Clan emblem indicates a Dimon man, so he was from Pharaoh.
Uy. No está cerquita ya. Vámonos.
You're getting better at this.
Go even quicker if you helped me down there.
I prefer to observe matters from up here, most definitely.
Yeah, like when we were looking for the Golden Dragon and an avalanche swept us off the trail. Me clinging to the remains of a bridge for dear life. You gripping my waist, admiring the view. Remember? Chasm below us was breathtaking. Rustling trees, a lazily flowing stream.
I remember, though I found myself admiring what I had right in front of me. Something strange about those rocks.
And there's something on the bottom. We'll see what it is.
Okay. Voy a preparar esto. Necesito que ver si tengo... Ah, no tengo. Creo que tengo unas buenas espadillas que puedo vender.
See something?
Something doesn't do it justice. A huge crater, as if a meteorite landed here.
I must see it.
Diving in after all?
No, I shall cast another spell, to see through your eyes. Now relax. Aisu foltja beidem ein eichte illivaid. That is no meteorite crater.
What is it then?
The effect of teleportation. A powerful force cut out a fragment of the seabed, rocks and everything lying within the teleportation zone.
Always claimed portals were dangerous.
I believe we're on the right track. Aisu foltja beidem ein eichte illivaid.
No gin here, but there's something you ought to like.
What?
Half a seal.
That'll do. Come back up.
¿Qué tenemos aquí?
Something cut this basket exactly in half. Something cut this basket exactly in half.
Y nada más. Y vámonos. Poción. Jennifer.
Only found half. Can you do anything with this?
I can use it to locate the other half, to within a dozen yards.
And once we find that, we should find the gin.
Exactly. Ready? I'll take us there on the count of 3.
Oh, no, not another portal.
Stop whining. 1, 2... Three.
Said you were gonna go on 3.
I did. Look, we must search the area.
Yen, not so fast. Gotta tell me what this is about first. Why do you want this djinn?
But you already know. A djinn's power is priceless to a mage.
That I know, but I also want to know how you plan to use it. Wouldn't go to these lengths if it wasn't something important.
You're right. It's important. Even very important. How long has this been going on, Geralt? This thing between us? 15, 20 years? We repeatedly split up, then return to one another. Something draws us to each other, but I can never be certain if it's a true feeling or merely a bit of mischief by a djinn.
So that's it? This is about my last wish?
You asked that djinn to bind us together forever. I want to ask this one to take that wish back.
Why would you want to do that?
To see what it's like without it. To see if we'll still matter to one another. Or if we'll be like two strangers.
Wondered that myself many times.
You see? We're just a step away from learning the truth. Come, let's search the ship.
Seems Amos was quite the eccentric, asking the djinn to lift half his ship to a mountaintop.
He didn't necessarily. Djinns are inherently mischievous. This one might have granted his wish and perverted it in doing so.
In that case, I'd appreciate it if you didn't wish I'd disappear from your life.
I've yet to decide how to word it.
A ver, ¿qué tenemos por acá?
Interesting. Wonder what this means. Mystery of mysteries, Agnes of Glanville. Elemental Empires by Giambattista. Mage must have slept here. Nothing here. Nice shoes. Looks like the impact with the mountain was so powerful it popped the wearer right out of them. Blood. Someone was dragged across the deck. War left this mark when the ship suddenly tipped to one side. Yen, think you should see this.
What do you have? It's Amos. Looks exactly like the etching in the book. Except his head was intact there.
Think the djinn did this to him?
No, it wouldn't attack its master. This looks rather like an unfortunate accident. When the storm broke, Amos must have uttered a wish like, "Take us away, anywhere, to a mountaintop, even." And the djinn granted the wish literally. They had a hard landing. Amos was thrown off his feet and against the wall. The bookcase did the rest.
Always knew too much studying could kill you. If he died while being teleported, Seal might still be on him. Behold.
Bravo! Come to the deck. I've an idea.
Vamos a seguir a Jennifer. Mucho, casi me caigo.
Step back a bit.
What are you going to do?
Summon and tame the Jinn. It's not likely to be happy. Stand at the ready.
Tame Jinn, Vrif Kaishta en Gaia, Kaishta et Disglair, Gevired mi Castle.
Take it you have a plan.
You must weaken him while I draw him into the sphere.
Care to trade places?
Just a bit more. I can feel his strength waning. Got you! Your master died before uttering his last wish. I cannot capture you. We can struggle like this for eternity, or I can release you. If you do one thing for me. Do you see the spell that binds us? Only a Jinn can remove another Jinn's spell. Remove this one and you'll be free.
Storm's over.
Yes. It's all over.
Maybe we should sit. You look a bit dazed.
I'm not, but we can sit.
Feel any better?
I told you, I'm fine.
Don't need to play tough for me. That was a hard fight. Maybe not as hard as the last time we tamed a Jinn, but still.
No comparison, I'm afraid. Half of Rind suffered then. Now I'm merely a bit tired. Thank you for coming, Geralt. I'd have had a much harder time of it on my own.
Well, never could say no to you.
Perhaps that will change now.
Feel anything? That anything's different?
I expected... I don't know what I expected, actually. A bit of vertigo, perhaps. I thought you'd become a stranger to me. That I'd look at you and not feel a thing. But it's not like that at all. Nothing's changed.
Bueno, aquí. Al canon, muchacho, al canon.
Jinn might have cheated us after all.
Why?
Because I don't feel that anything's changed either. I love you, Yen.
And I love you.
Ow, what was that?
It can't be all sweetness and light.
Strange. Done that so many times. But it felt like our first kiss to me.
It was, in a way. Besides, once you say I love you, a kiss has to taste differently.
Maybe we ought to test a few other things. Amos's cabin looked cozy.
Not so fast, Geralt. We'll have plenty of time to visit cozy cabins later. But I doubt the world will end if we sit here a while. My, it's lovely.
Think the spirits of Skellige favor us. Next time we go on horseback.
A horse would never make it down that mountain.
What now?
Well, I'm due to appear in Vizima. We must report to the Emperor after all.
Ciri's our concern, and only ours.
At heart, perhaps. But it's not what we agreed with Emir. We must see him.
Awfully loyal to your patron.
He happens to be your patron as well, darling. You do well to remember that. Otherwise he might feel compelled to remind you.
If we gotta, we gotta.
We wouldn't have known Ciri had returned if not for the Emperor and his agents. It's the least we can do.
Yen, what happened back there?
It was very nice. Let's not ruin it by hashing out the details.
I'm going to see the Baron. Collect Uma from him, then we'll ride for Kaer Morhen.
I shall join you as quickly as I can.
See you, Yen. Take care of yourself.
Muy bien. Tenemos 2% de experiencia. Demonios. Bueno, ¿qué nos toca? Tenemos... Aquí no tenemos nada, solo tenemos los que son de DLC. Aquí tampoco. Tenemos que irnos de ley a la misión principal, pero antes de irnos de la misión principal, vamos a hablar con algunos personajes de por aquí. Por ejemplo, vamos un momento aquí y vámonos para acá. Muy bien. Entonces aquí vamos para acá. Creo que Armiño está por acá, ¿verdad? Druida. Dado, criado. Si encontrar a estos muchachos fuera perfecto. A ver. Vamos acá. Bueno, aquí no podemos entrar. Y aquí tenemos la Kragan Crate.
Telling you, Geralt, since you and Hjalmar defeated the Ice Giant together, I see you as one of our own.
I got the look of a Skellige.
You've got the heart of an Uncrate.
What's new in Skellige?
Of late, look seaward and you'll see their sun on a sail, staring right back. We've yet to capture any of their crew, but only a fool wouldn't know they're planning something.
The massacre during the feast. Know anything new?
Thanks to you and Ceres, we know who's responsible. It's enough for me.
Not gonna try to capture the Berserkers?
They were but tools, Wolf. I'd rather sever the hand that wields the sword than merely break steel.
Your daughter. First woman to rule Skellige.
She'll be a good queen. Knows what she wants.
Yeah? So what does she want?
To unite all of Skellige's clans. A difficult task. No one has ever managed it. But Ceres is stubborn.
Thinking long term, then. Think she'll succeed?
She's got a powerful ally. In me.
Muy bien, vámonos.
See ya, Crack.
Bueno, aquí tenemos a Krag, pero lo que no puedo decir es por qué no puedo entrar aquí. Sí, necesito una llave. ¿Qué demonios? Creo que no podemos entrar aquí todavía. Pero bueno, por ahí podemos ver a Siri. Hemos ido a Series. Pero al parecer aún no podemos entrar ahí. Sacerdotisa de Freya. Oh, creo que era por acá, vamos a ver. Ah, sí, sí, por aquí es. Aquí está. Vamos para acá arriba. Y acá es donde están los muchachos.
Away with you.
Pues aquí está, creo que estaba Series aquí. Exactamente. Vamos a ver un poco de looting.
Your Royal Majesty, would you spare a moment?
Come on, Geralt. I'm the same lass I was, save for the title. A lot of things changed.
Sad when someone like Bran dies. Everyone says he was a good king.
It's not fitting to speak elsewise about the dead.
Mean you don't agree?
Bran spent his life at sea. And while he was away, old feuds flared, devouring the Isles from the inside. Folk grew furious, claiming there was no one to mediate, resolve quarrels. But then Bran would return with loot, throw a feast, let the mead flow in rivers, and everyone loved him again.
How's it feel to rule? Jarl's giving you any trouble?
They're all very understanding. They seem to believe in me. Besides Lugos, of course.
Tried talking to him? Could still win him over.
I don't know about that. He's more mule-headed than my father, but I'll try, of course.
Muy bien.
Farewell.
Vámonos. Y necesitamos encontrar al niño, pero no son todos. Aquí está Hjalmar. Obviamente aquí vamos a hacer un poco de looting igual. Listo.
Ah, Geralt. How are things?
You and Ciri. As I remember, you two grew up together, at least for a while.
Aye. Spent half her childhood in the Isles. Always at my heels she was. Scrawny wee thing. But her leaps on ice skates? Why, none of us could rival them. Tried to outdo her once. Smashed me mouth on a rock.
And then you went to Krach and announced you'd agreed to wed.
You hear of that? Aye. We had 12 winters on us. Both. Any thought of continuing that romance? Me da whipped it out of me head. Wonder what it'd be like to see her now.
Got another voyage in mind?
Course. Ice Giant was just the beginning. Besides, I got all kinds of horse sons already saying he wasn't that big.
What about the folk of Undvik? You and your men were gonna help them return to their isle and rebuild Urskar.
Cerys will take care of that.
Muy bien.
Farewell, Ancrate.
Lo que no encontramos es a niño. Pero creo que sé dónde puedo. Dónde puede estar. Obviamente no está aquí. Vamos a hacer solo. Bueno, creo que vamos a ver si podemos entrar aquí otra vez. Ah, mira, sí. Pero obviamente no va a estar aquí. Lo que me tenía fregado es que por qué no encuentro esta llave. Bueno, se lo contaré en mis aventuras por Twitch. Pero se ve que necesito unas llaveciñas. Intentaré conseguir esas llaves. Y cuando la encuentre le comentaré dónde estaban. A ver, creo que al niño debe estar aquí, ¿no? Estoy casi seguro que está aquí. Casi seguro. Pero no sé. Vamos a ver. Sí, un ruido.
I beg you, Modron, stop pestering me with this confounded cough. Well, Geralt's the ice giant killer.
Anciana. Ah, pues no. Dice que iba a estar aquí. Estaba casi seguro que lo iba a encontrar aquí, pero no. O tal vez sí está aquí, pero no lo veo. Bueno, no importa, vamos a seguir. Ya lo encontraré por un sitio por ahí. O en el campamento de los druidas. Una más, un intento más. Puede ser que esté aquí. Exactamente, el campamento del durista. Bueno, no está aquí. Cuidado. Cuidado.
Someone must have brought them from the continent and they escaped.
Praise the posse.
Look on well. Killing the ice giant? Hey?
Pues no. Este es un herborista nada más. Un simple herborista. Aquí hay otro druida. La última vez que le vimos a Armin estaba por aquí, pero ya no creo que está. Creo que ya se fue el muchacho. Vámonos de aquí. Ah, ya sé dónde está el niño, maldición. Sabe estar en la... Vamos a hacer una más. Un intento más. Ya sé, creo que está ahí mismo en el castillo, sino que está en la parte de afuera. Ya me acordé. Sí. Bueno, vamos a hacernos de día, pero... Sabe estar ahí. Ahí en esa parte estoy viendo ahorita. A ver, vamos a ver. Si es que no es de ahí, sí, ya lo dejamos. Y pues aventuras por Twitch. Lo encontraré. Pero creo que está aquí. Aquí. Hola. Pues no está. Ah, pues no. Oh, creo que está ahí. ¿No? Mario Dan Craig, no. No. Parece que me he equivocado. Muchacho, no está el niño. Pues no. Vamos aquí. Ahora sí. A la misión principal. Lo he tratado de ecualizar, pero no está ni muy cerca, que digamos. Vamos a Percha de Cuervo.
His long search for Ciri led Geralt to conclude that Uma, the ugliest man alive and the victim of a curse, was the key to finding the young woman.
Muy bien.
Right, give me the coin. Tails, we cleaned the shit out.
Think I got scabies.
I'll tell you where the loot's at.
Get out of my sight.
¿Cómo está, muchacho?
Need to talk to you.
About?
Uma, gonna take him with me.
Believe you meant to say you've come to ask my permission to take him. I am in charge now, so...
Not about to ask for anything. I'm telling you. You can try to stop me. But then I'll bring your enlightened reign to an end. An abrupt and premature end.
Think you got me shaking in my boots?
You sure as hell should be.
Fine. Cripple's not worth no blood. See the groom. He ought to be glad to give him up. Bugger's been eating from the feed bags. And a pleasant journey to you both.
Thank you kindly.
Muy bien.
Heard no monster will come near you.
I'm taking Uma.
There ain't a...
Sergeant Ardle said I could.
Bring him back though, won't you? Be awful dull without him.
Find something else to laugh at. I don't know. Catch some frogs and shove straws up their asses.
Huh? That one of your Witcher games?
Witcher version's different. Don't make me show you. Open the door. Now. Hey, little guy. This here's Roach. She'll take us to Kaer Morhen. Well, come on. What the? Quit playing around. Let's go.
Y así nos vamos a Kaer Morhen, muchachos.
Looks like we got company. Nilfgaardian battle mounts. What do you want?
The Emperor's displeased with you.
Then he ought to ask somebody else for help.
The Emperor does not ask anyone for anything. You will ride with us to Vitsima.
Sure about that?
Don't even try.
Fine. Lead the way.
Demonios.
And the Third Army will sweep in from the west to take Banglin.
If I may, Your Imperial Majesty, our spies report that the garrison at Banglin consists almost wholly of mercenaries.
Bribery, then.
We stand to lose exactly no men in battle.
And we stand to lose less time. Very well. Give the orders. Then set sail.
As you wish. At once!
Your Imperial Majesty, Yennefer.
I did not have you brought here for an exchange of courtesies. Report.
As you wish, Your Majesty. Ciri. Well, this man is the key to finding her.
I give you 3 solid leads. Trails as fresh as morning dew. The aid of my spies and my court sorcerers. Yet in my daughter's stead, you bring me this monstrosity? I hope you have more to say. For your sake.
Listen, I'm looking for a needle in a haystack. A needle that at any moment can...
It's a difficult task, I know this. What of it? Listen to me. I rule the largest empire the world has ever known. I wage a war against the North, command men in tens of thousands, while at home the trade corporations and nobles seek to depose me. You cannot expect me to pity you the difficulty of your task.
I pursued those leads you gave me. Ciri first reappeared in Skellige with a mage, an elf. Yen knows more.
The Wild Hunt tracked them down, found them there. They were forced to flee to Velen,
Where they were separated. Ciri spent some time with a local warlord, a self-styled baron who...
Yes, I know my vassals.
Who helped her get to Novigrad, where Ciri crossed some of the city's underworld bosses. She had to flee, went back to Skellige, ran into her elf companion there.
and into the Wild Hunt, again. Ciri and the elf fled, out to sea this time. Their boat returned to shore the next day, with only him on board.
The information appears of little use, though at least it seems you kept busy.
This monstrosity might well be your daughter. Its body is the product of a curse. Someone hides inside it.
Can you lift this curse?
I've done a great deal of research, made inquiries, but to lift it I would need to know the words used to cast it, and that...
Vafel Elen, Kedmil Fali. Gladiv Dorn Eptened Bandro Ithne Iacus. Dandelion told me. Ciri talked to him about it.
At last, you provide a pleasant surprise. Lady Yennefer, my question stands.
Yes. I believe I can. But I must...
The details do not interest me. Geralt, you've achieved precious little, yet admittedly more than the bumblers in my spy corps have. I give you half the promised reward. You will receive the other when you bring me Ciri.
Wouldn't count on that happening.
That was no request, it was an order, Geralt. And I advise you well. Do not disobey me. This audience is over. Till the next.
Could have used some of that famous biting wit of yours. Where'd it disappear to? I mean, you were meek as a novice at Aretusa called into the Dean's office.
I merely know when I can indulge my pride and when I must swallow it. Unlike some others, I know.
Ah, I see. So you show your claws to me because I'm a lowly witcher, but...
Do you really wish to do this now, Geralt? We can fight another time, in another place, where the walls have no ears.
So, how do we lift Uma's curse?
We must take him to Kaer Morhen. Oh, and Geralt, forgive me, but I'm unable to teleport you, Uma, and Roach, so...
Don't worry, we'll ride there. Never did like teleporting.
Take care of yourself.
Wait. Here. Probably better if you keep it.
Of course. I'm off.
His long search for Ciri led Geralt to conclude that Uma, the ugliest man alive and the victim of a curse, was the key to finding the young woman. Geralt needed to lift the curse, so he took Uma to the home of the world's greatest specialists on dark spells, to the Witcher's fortress of Kaer Morhen.
Whoa there, Roach. All right. Forktails this close to the fortress? Someone's been slacking off.
Ahí tenemos. Bienvenidos a Kaer, Morhen, muchachos.
Well, look who the wind blew in. Been away quite a while.
Too long.
And your journey, how was it?
Calm, if you don't count the forktail that flew over our heads a few miles back. Passenger got a little restless.
What have we here? Multiple deformities. Eyes, ears, nostrils, a hair lip. And is this... Now, calm down. Yennefer was right on one count. Thing sure isn't pretty.
Don't look all that nice yourself. How'd you get so dirty?
Huh? Ah, this. I was mixing some lime for the mortar. Need to patch up the walls before they crumble.
Lot of work for one person. Lambert and Eskel not willing to help? Don't see the sense in it?
No. Yennefer found more important things for them to do.
Yen's here already?
And how?
Huh. You two argue?
Geralt, I understand she's a... well, how do I put this? Emancipated, strong-willed woman. But do manners count for nothing? She teleports in, not even a nice to see you. Jumps right into a, we've a curse to lift, there's this to do and that. So Eskel and Lambert get going. And she went to the guest room to rearrange things. Through the bed, off the balcony.
Shame. That was a good bed.
Said the same myself. Solid oak frame, down mattress. Triss always said she... Ah, now I see.
It's either that, or Yen really hates oak furniture. So what's Yen planning?
Wish I knew.
Mean she didn't tell you?
She told us what she needs to lift the curse, not what she plans to do with it, despite our asking.
She's up to something.
Glad you noticed.
So where is everyone?
Eskel's hunting forktails. Gotta nip that infestation in the bud. And since Yennefer needs to distill some ingredients from their organs, well, like they say, 2 birds, 1 stone. Lambert's still in the keep, preparing to venture into the mountains to enrich the phylactery with elemental power.
Mm-hmm. And Yen?
Assembling a megascope. Wanted my help running around with some chirping contraption, searching for something. But I'm too old for that nonsense.
I should let her know I'm here.
If you say so, but don't go thinking she'll throw her arms around your neck.
Muy bien. Ayuda a Yennefer a arreglar el megascopio. Habla con Lambert para dejarle su elemento. Si encuentras que ayudando a cazar un colegio. Muy bien. No, 3 misiones. Y esta es la fortaleza que habíamos visto también en el The Witcher 1. Prácticamente la misma. Y aquí tenemos. A ver. Aquí tenemos nuestro hijo.
Leaking again. Damn it.
Ahí está Lambert. Necromicon. Y vamos a subir. Bueno, esperen un ratito. Aquí hay algo.
Monstrum, where portrayals describe how to open a passage in the mine. Might be worth seeing what's down there.
Muy bien. Tenemos misión, al parecer. Y anteriormente por allá abajo se iba al laboratorio de los brujos. Ahora está cerrado. Y no hay como entrar. En esta sesión de aquí se iba a una zona donde estaban la biblioteca y cosas, y no hay como entrar.
God damn it, you piece of shit!
Uh-oh.
Damn crystal!
You decide to blow us up?
Geralt, I'm sorry, but I'm in no mood for jests.
What's eating you?
Let me think. That was the third crystal to explode. It's been a week, and Lambert's still not done what I've asked. Vesemir spitefully insists on repairing the wall just beneath my window and starts hammering at the crack of dawn, while Eskel seems to have gone mushroom picking, not forktail hunting.
The guys. Well, they're not exactly happy with you.
Why is that?
Because you aren't willing to say what you're planning. You're treating them like pages, not including them. Us, actually, because I feel that way too.
I shall explain everything when the time is right. First, we must finish our preparations.
Heard about the bed. Really prefer to sleep on the floor? Wouldn't recommend it. That stone can get awfully chilly.
Frankly, I prefer a chill to bedding littered with red hair.
So upset about Triss, you gotta take it out on the furniture?
Would you prefer I take it out some other way? Geralt, I don't want to seem like a vindictive shrew, but that very bed is where you just happened to fuck a dear friend of mine. Yes, I know. You'd lost your memory. Whatever. Let us agree that I will refrain from scolding you, while you will stop mentioning that stupid bed. Agreed?
Agreed.
Splendid. On to more pressing matters.
You got trust issues with us?
No. Actually, I fear you don't trust me. So I'd rather keep certain things secret, for the time being.
Pretty tortured logic.
It may seem that way now, but you'll understand in time.
A ver, ¿qué hago, muchacha?
Fine. What do I do?
Firstly, help Eskel and Lambert. One was supposed to get me forktail spinal fluid, the other was to fortify the phylactery with elemental power. I've yet to see anything from either of them.
All right, I'll talk to them. Anything else?
Yes. There's one other trifling matter. As you saw, my megascope's acting up, in rather spectacular fashion. I'm certain there's an energy source nearby, generating disturbances, making the crystals malfunction. We must find it and neutralize it. Quickly, I must contact someone. It's urgent.
Who you plan to contact? Or is that a secret too?
No secret at all. Ida Emian. Remember her?
How could I forget? Member of the Lodge, Elven Sage.
Exactly, a sage. As the name suggests, she should know a great deal. I'd like to ask her for advice about Uma. Satisfied?
Your sorceress friends, the sage and not-so-sage, they've let me down before. But if we gotta, we gotta.
If only you'd been this cautious with all of them. But no matter. Thank you for your permission.
All right. How do I find the source?
Use this Potesta Quisitor.
Potesta Quisitor? Sounds fancy. Complicated.
Yet it's ever so simple. Grasp it firmly, move it around, and the louder it squeals, the closer you are. Spare me your juvenile wit, please. Well, what are you waiting for? Ah, one more thing. Thank you, Geralt.
Muy bien. Encuentro el origen de las... ni sé qué. La buena muchacha aquí botó la cama. Ok. Pues eso obviamente quiere decir que no hay juego para hoy. A ver. Esto del potes 15 cuantitos es fácil.
Nothing here. Oh, got a signal. Signal's growing stronger.
So, Yennefer found a volunteer to walk around with that chirping stick after all. Shh. Yes? What is it, Wolf?
I met with Emir.
Any crowned heads you haven't met?
A few. Hoping it stays that way.
Remember the first war with Nilfgaard? Battle of Sodden? The North, all of it, fought together. Temeria, Redania, Kedwin, Edirn, and the mages were heroes. On the field first, then in ballads. Not much left of that world.
Muy bien. Estos son prácticamente lo que pasó en la serie de Netflix.
Getting warmer. Warmer. Hot. Mounted witchering just never took off. Ah, there you are. Disturbance is coming from there. What's in these crates?
Dimeridium bombs. Lambert made them.
No wonder the megascope doesn't work. All right, gotta get him out of here.
I can do that. Rather you not make a mess of my shelves. Just keep an eye on Uma.
Yes, Uncle Vesemir. How goes it? Vesemir's not working you too hard, I hope.
Uma.
Thought so.
All done. You can go. Now, let's check your conditioned reflexes.
Muy bien. Pues eso ya está. A ver, hablamos con Jennifer.
Thank you. Seems to be working now. What was it?
Dimeridium bombs. Lambert left them by the beds.
I suppose he had no idea they could interfere with my megascope?
No, he probably knew. But that's the sort of prank you only pull on someone you like.
You don't suppose he... Lambert? Really? I'm flattered. Enough. Ready for this conversation?
Sure you want me here? Members of the Lodge don't let just anyone in on their secrets, or so I've heard.
Consider it a token of our trust. Now let's begin. And Geralt, behave, please.
Didn't you just say you trust me?
Stop twisting my words.
Kednel Yennefer at Vengerberg. Gwynblade?
Kedmil and Severn.
Why have you summoned me?
We've come up against a curse. One we must lift. It was uttered in a dialect of Elder speech unfamiliar to me.
I see. The words of the curse?
Vafel Elen, Kedmil Foli, Gledev Don Eptenid, Bondro Isne Iacus.
Recognize the dialect?
Lathan Undod.
Meaning?
The so-called One speech, a forgotten language dating from before the migration.
The migration?
Later, Geralt.
Take it you've heard the words before.
Yes, in legends. Of the kind that do not end happily.
Can you help us with the curse?
To a degree. Agnes de Glanville's incantation combined with Elder's triangle. Inverted, of course. They are your only possible recourse. But I cannot guarantee that even they will suffice.
Thank you, Ensavern. Va fail.
That does not conclude our conversation.
What is it?
The time of the white frost and white light is nigh.
And the world will perish amidst ice. I know Ithleen's prophecy.
I don't doubt you know it, but do you understand it? The Elder Blood can initiate the final age, the time of the end, or stop it. Remember this, Gwynblade, for you will be the one to determine if the seed bursts into flames.
What was that about? The migration?
Good gods. Did they teach you no history here?
No. Vesemir figured sword work would be more useful on the path. Gonna answer me?
Naturally. One's never too old to learn. The Ensei and the NN elves were once one folk, the En Undod. Then came a cataclysm. No one knows its nature. The En Undod were forced to leave their world. They split along the way.
So if Uma's curse was uttered in this Lathan Undod...
Then it's old. Very, very old.
Any idea what she was talking about?
Ciri, of course.
Wish everyone would just leave her the hell alone.
Wouldn't count on it.
¿Y ahora qué?
All in all, interesting conversation. What now?
Finish whatever it was you and the boys were planning to do. Then we'll begin.
Pues ahí estamos. 30 de experiencia. ¿Por qué no me da unos 300 por lo menos? Va a pasar que no. A ver, vamos primero a ayudarle a Skell en vez de Lambert. A ver, por acá. Pues aquí está la mítica cocina. Ahí tenemos a Lambert. Aquí tenemos un Katakan. Oye, tenemos que buscar al bueno de Skell que está por acá. Matar unos colingeidos. ¿Qué tenemos aquí? Kit de reparación. ¿Y cuántos? Ah, tengo 85, estamos bien. ¿Qué haces? Muy bien, vámonos. Lamentablemente aquí no tengo ningún viaje rápido, así que el toque nos da a patazo limpio. Vamos aquí.
Hey-ya!
Must be Eskel's prints. No one else has left the keep recently.
Muy bien. Por acá. Por aquí. Muy bien, está por aquí. Tenemos unos lobesnos.
That's his horse. What's its name? Scorpion? Beautiful animal. Eskel made camp here. Looks like he planned to stay outside a while. Footprints and hoofprints. A goat. Interesting. Rocks. Tracks end here. Great. Could try to follow my nose. Can't smell Eskel, but there is the goat. Just gotta find a sample of its scent. Bits of bark. Looks like Eskel's goat rubbed against this tree. A clump of goat hair. Ugh, stench.
Muy bien. Vamos por acá.
Eskel's tracks. The nose knows. Didn't tie itself to this stake.
Supposed to be forktail bait. Guess it works for witchers as well.
As for forktails, bait them thusly. Pound a stake in the soil, bind a goat to it, then hide ye in near to shrubbery post haste.
Brother Adalbert's Bestiary, page 82. See your memories back in full, and sharp as ever in spite of your years.
You're as old as I am, wise guy. Don't let the gray hair fool you.
Good to finally see you again.
You too. How are things?
Same old, same old. Another day, another drowner.
That it?
I'm a simple witcher wolf. Don't fight dragons, don't fraternize with kings, and don't sleep with sorceresses. Unlike some.
Try to limit myself to the sorceresses from now on.
No doubt the most pleasant part. Though I'm not sure it ain't the most dangerous, too. Shh! Hear that? Incoming.
Muy bien, tenemos al muchacho este.
Come on!
¿Dónde vas?
There it is.
Damn it! It's taking off! Hit the wings!
Hay que seguir a este muchacho.
Not scared to leave the horse down below? Forktail could decide to have at him.
Scorpion's a warhorse. A purebred Kedwenny. He'll be fine. Have I told...
Bleeding heavily.
From an artery. Blood's light-colored. Can't fly much further. The old hen she cackled. She cackled on the fence. The old hen she cackled. And she ain't cackled since.
What's that song?
Some old hill folk tune. Perfect for hiking. My mom sang it to me.
You remember her?
Just that silly song. Nothing else.
Landed here.
Not very gracefully. Look at the tracks. We broke its wing, I think.
Fled to its lair, looks like.
Good. Means it's done fleeing. Gonna make a stand.
Bueno, aquí también tenemos un... Antes de irnos por allí, vamos para ver por acá, ok. Vamos, aquí no hay nada. Aquí no. Ok, aquí. Una piedra inferior. Aquí no hay nada. A ver, obviamente la aquí está por aquí. Vamos, muchacha. Listo.
All right, let's collect the spinal fluid and get out of here. Cut into its back, just below the skull.
Yen tell you why she wants this?
Mean you don't know? And that, doesn't bug you?
No, it doesn't. I trust her.
And they say people learn from their mistakes.
What was that?
Nothing, nothing.
Great. Let's go.
A ver, aquí también hay un equipo de brujo que tengo que encontrar. Ahí está. Muy bien, vámonos. Por aquí no, por acá.
Hey, what do you say to a little race? Maybe see who's faster, Roach or Scorpion. And who's the better rider.
Claro que sí.
Not really a challenge, because I could beat you riding a lame sow. But why not?
You're a lame sow yourself. First to Kaer Morhen wins!
Una carrerilla aquí.
Hey, ya.
Ok. Qué sonido de batalla. ¿Qué pasó? Ya te gané, muchacho. ¿Qué pasó? Es que el... Creo que sí llego, muchachos. Ya está. Hemos llegado.
Slower. Finally. Took you a while.
Saddle kept sliding.
Mm-hmm. Not a crappy show dancer out there who doesn't blame her shoes.
You're a fucking show dancer. But one who's damn good on horseback. Didn't wager anything, but can't help thinking you deserve a prize.
Come on. Not gonna take anything from you. Buy me around sometime and we'll call it good.
Done deal.
Muy bien. Lo único que nos queda es hablar con Lambert. A ver, ¿qué tenemos aquí? Solo tenemos patita feo. Tenemos esta que es la forja de los brujos. Vamos a ver esta. Vamos a hacerla esta antes de continuar. Es de nivel 30, así que creo que por lo menos nos dará un poco más de nivel. Vamos a ver. A ver, aquí no tengo ningún viaje rápido, ¿verdad? Pero tampoco está tan lejos, así que vamos así. Vamos a ver por dónde tengo que ir. Tengo que ir por aquí, me voy por acá, puedo cruzarme por aquí, muy bien. Demonios. Sí. A ver, esto me dice que tengo que irme por aquí. Ve la mina que está cerca de Kaer. Vamos a ver. Hay unos osos. Mina de hierro. Aquí estamos. Y aquí también
An
otro.
iron mine. Depleted centuries ago. I want to look around some.
Ok. Esto me parece que es algún golem o algún elemental de algo.
Something behind these roots.
Ahí tenemos un elemental, ¿verdad? Vamos a constructos. ¿Cómo va esta espadita? Uf, un poco mal ya. Vamos a arreglarle. Vamos aquí a poner esto. Concha, la hora casi me toca. Acá. Por lo menos este me da un poco más de nivel. Cuidado. ¿Dónde vas? Concha. Te falta poco. Ya está. Muchacho.
Notes say I gotta place the book in the right spot.
Muy bien. Vamos por acá. Creo que es algo aquí.
Medallions humming. There's magic here.
Aquí tenemos una parte más de...
No ordinary forge. Medallion sensing magic. Ought to look around.
Ahí.
A blacksmith's bellows.
Stand down. Be gone. This place belongs to Ragnir.
Who are you?
I am fire. This forges soul. I am the flame that tempers steel.
Radmir of Torcarnate? He was flayed alive during Falka's rebellion. A long time ago, that.
You lie.
Listen, just want to look around.
Intruder, I cannot allow this. I will not allow it. No, not allowed.
Cuidado. Tienes otro elemental. A este le vamos a poner dimerillo. Este de aquí. Ahí. A ver, muchacho, tú. Quieto ahí. Se supone que no podía hacer eso, me dicen. A ver. Me va a matar. Cuidado con este. Cuidado con este. Aquí se me viene bien esto. Necesito otra de estas. Cuidado. Ya está.
Fire's out. Let's see what's behind the hearth.
¿Qué demonios?
There's something here. Need to use the eye. A secret compartment behind an illusion.
La forja de los brujos. Pues ya está. Tiene 25 de experiencia. Qué bien. Pensé que era masa. Muy bien. A ver, ¿qué nos han dado? Nos han dado una armadura de brujo magistral, muchacho. Que esta le vamos a guardar. Esta la vamos a guardar. Y esta necesita nivel 34. Muy bien. O sea, ya no tenemos que hacer esta armadura. Porque la acabamos de encontrar. Vamos a ver. Bueno, aquí tenemos acá el Morhen. Y aquí también hay un montón de cosillas que hacer. Vamos por acá. Y vámonos para acá. Vamos a guardar la armadurilla. Esta armadura que es la armadura del lobo. Prácticamente la escuela de aquí, la del lobo. Y nos libra de hacer la armadura completa. Aquí yo creo que vamos a ver una cosa. Ah, pero no creo que tengo los diagramas de la armadura magistral. Vamos a ver. A ver, corazón. Lo 1, felina, lo 1. Creo que no solo tengo. Ah, no sé, tengo lo 1 magistral. Y es la misma, ¿sí ven? Sí, nos ahorramos esto. Aquí. ¿Dónde está el narico? Aquí. Entonces vamos a guardar esto. Aquí. Muy bien. Y tengo un montón de cosas que vender. Como pueden ver. Pues sí. Tenemos aquí un par de cosillas. Pero bueno, muchachos. Eso ya será para una siguiente partida. Aquí nos hablemos aquí como es que un ratito. Antes de partir.
Impressive specimen.
A month of tracking, stalking. But I finally dropped the son of a bitch.
Congratulations. Can't help wondering, though. Why'd you keep the corpse? Aim to stuff it? Hang it above the mantle?
Not a bad idea. Gotta finish the autopsy first, though. This one was quicker than most. Quicker and stronger. Want to examine it thoroughly.
Mind if I have a look?
Want to do the honors?
No thanks. You cut. I'll grab a bite to eat.
Let's examine its head. Long whiskers. Protruding frontal lobe, but that's normal. Long ears. And an earring.
Mm-hmm. Seen that before. Some of them like shiny objects, like magpies.
And in the maw, yellow dull teeth. Missing its upper front teeth. Lower incisors.
Clearly not a flosser. Fine, let's move on. Open its gut. So, anything interesting?
Bits of undigested food. A few decades worth, looks like. Human hair, a belt buckle, a few coppers, and a gold ring. Want to give it to Yennefer? Ought to be as good as new once you polish it a bit.
No thanks. She only wears silver.
That's her loss. Rest is perfectly normal, except for its gnarled liver. Seems like I had a penchant for the blood of drunkards.
Nice claws. 15 inches, I'd say.
They grow its whole life. This one was about 110 years old.
Pretty muscular legs. Calves and feet especially.
Let me tell you, this sucker was fast. 1 second here, there the next. Always in the shadows. Could barely see it.
So how'd you take it down?
Long story. Tell you another time.
Think I've seen enough for now. This was an old one. Experienced.
It'd be nice to figure out a way to determine a catacan's age based on its tracks. Avoid running across one like this unprepared.
And would, I agree. But later. See you, Eskel.
Y muy bien, con esta pequeña conversación la vamos a terminar por aquí, muchachos. Espero que les haya gustado. Nos veremos ya en una siguiente vez. Nos vemos.